Hey people, Redacted 53, Arena of Ashes blue team. It's a bunch of chaos. Hellion is a chaos sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, alongside Great Googily Moogily is a chaos lord, a durable and destructive hero walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption. Alpha Legion, elite scheme here. I'm rounding off the blue. Deathfrombelow is a plague champion and starts off with a damage of a time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support. Red team, couple of Daemonhunters. This is Redacted. And we have Chou Royal, I think I'm going to say. These guys are melee spellcasters with strong support and control. And rounding off the teams, it's Nurland with an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat. Begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. They've spotted some heretics already. Bolt of fire all round. Stinky bolt of fire for the Daemonhunter to contend with. Deathfrombelow is alone though, I think. Yep, because Chaos Lord from Great Googily Moogily has gone for an early power bash. You get these power gems in the mid here. I can see a lot of action early on to try and get that tech upper hand. Sorcerer versus Daemonhunter up in the northeast. They're going to be fighting over these two natural VPs on these very awkward stairs approach. We can cause lots of problems with large vehicles and stuff later on. Double tax for Nurland. Double CSM for Hellion at the top. They should push with that. They should really push with that, because this triple stormtroopers would get messed up by double CSM and heretics with the sorcerer there. They're going to get the node eventually. There it is, they got it. Here comes the defense from Redacted. Good burst damage from the stormtroopers, but as long as you can avoid taking that burst damage on your heretics, your CSM should do pretty well against them. They can also close for melee. Stormtroopers getting kind of messed up. Daemonhunter doing his best to tie up the CSM, does get rid of them, and they kind of got sandwiched there. Redacted, because the Sorcerer's army also came down to smack some stuff. Heretics here with an aspiring champion, and they're going to get on the power again, I think. In fact, they're decapping it. Decapping that power. There's some Nurgle worship. Deathfrombelow being defensive early on, which you kind of need to do as a plague champion. The plague champion by himself in those early engagements just doesn't do much. He's not particularly tough. I mean, he's got a decent amount of hit points. 730 is it? This gives 100, I think. This gives 150. Oh, is that right? I thought he started with 730. Oh, he starts with 680, that's right. So he's not got a huge amount of hit points. He doesn't have much health regen. You've got to use the worship for that, which takes your heretics out of the game. Doesn't do much damage with his damage of a time bolter. That was recently nerfed. And he literally does almost nothing in melee. So early on, you got to lean on that Nurgle worship, be defensive, try to lull your enemy, just draw your opponent into overextending. But once he starts getting his war gear, he is a force. Light grenades going off there. Apothecary flees. Gonna die on retreat. Yes, he does. Tech Marine, by contrast, does really good damage out the gate. Has less health though than the Plague Champion, and of course doesn't bring the utility and the support that the Plague Champion can bring. If you were paying attention there, you saw Unholy Stench being used on nothing. I'm not sure if that was a misclick or a misuse of a hotkey. Maybe they tried to get their Blight grenades out, but they used that Unholy Stench when they were running around back there. On the power is a whole gaggle of CSM. 4 CSM here. In fact, here comes a bunch more. Oh, that was 3 CSM. Now there's 5 CSM here. And they're all disrupted by the Assault Squad jump. Eternal War on the Alpha Legion Great Googily Moogily fellas. Scouts looking for the grenade, but I think everything's a bit too far away now. I'm able to catch up with those guys. Here comes some Stormtroopers as well. And some Warp Rift to slow things down, courtesy of the Daemonhunter there. But the Assault Squad are capping, they're not going to chase. Double tax on the power. Do we see a flamer? We don't. But that node is almost bashed already. Meanwhile, towards the mid, Daemonhunter capping. Eternal War and a double CSM. Daemonhunter gets the wreck point. Heretics though on the Stormtroopers, and they tear those guys apart in melee. Can they finish them actually? Raptor jump. I don't think they needed the jump. But they got him. Redacted now down to double Stormtroopers. Can they transition to tier 2 quickly? They're going to lose that power, I think. Forcing some stuff off with bolts of fire again. But a double tax and assault squad on the power. With Apothecary support from Nurland, we have Purification Rites on the way. Can chuck his assault marines into really bad situations and then throw that Purification Rites heal to heal them and disrupt things that helps them get away. Does it some damage as well. Is it 30? Maybe it'll tell me. 25 melee damage. Falcon bolts being popped. A little mini Doom bolts there. I haven't seen much Doom bolts actually from Hellion. I'm sure I've just missed them. But I like to spot me Doom bolts. We have a turret going up from the Plague Champion. Not a good place to try and do it, buddy. Not sure what they were trying to do. It's a good map for turrets as well. Oh, grenade wipes out the CSM. Red team looking quite strong here, I think, potentially. Strike squad in there with the banishment. And then they run away, though. Oh, red team reinforcing. So many CSM here. Can they focus on the scouts, maybe? That was a heal from the Apothecary. Double heretics now wading in. There's your Doom bolts. Big push from the blue team. Reinforced with a bunch more CSM. And they might get a full power bash if they move through. What's the Daemonhunter up to? Chasing something, trying to get that last hit. Don't think he got them a model though. Can get the wreck point back. They've got to go on the gens, surely. Going for the VP. Scouts are trying to repair that one. Go and shoot the scouts, I say. Double CSM with Eternal War will kill scouts pretty fast. Meanwhile, in the east, the VP turns red. Going to be a 2-1-4 red team, I believe. Tier 2 for Hellion, Tier 2 for Great Googily Moogily, and Tier 2 for Redacted. 3-3-4 to 4-7-5. Nurland still in Tier 2. Spent quite a lot of power. Well, not that much. They didn't get any upgrades for the tax. Just got the Purification Rites. A bunch of upgrades for the scouts and the assault squad, so not too bad. Shouldn't be too far behind. The turret going up in a bit more of a defensive position from the Plague Champion. Death from below. Nice wide firing arc on this turret, although it doesn't do as much damage as the Tech Marine Tarantula turret, I don't think. Noise Marines on the way for Death from below. They're the player that got their CSM wiped by that grenade, I guess. Assault squad could just jump on the turret because it can't shoot stuff in melee range. Customized storm bolts are up for the Apothecary now. A decent black grenade throw. I mean, if you hit something, it's a decent throw, I think. Not sure what these heretics are up to. That was not a good approach from Great Googily Moogily, and they had stuff coming in. Just needed to be a little bit more patient. They got double Marcos Inc. CSM here. Tearing through those tacks, as you can see. And Raptors jumping in to suppress things. And tie it up. Shotgun blast, I think that was. It looked a bit weird. Raptors had just jumped, so they weren't knocked over, I think. Apothecary, I think, makes it out. Plague Champion trying to get that last hit. Look at him shifting. Raptor jump. Needed to jump a little bit further, I think. There's that Plague Sword. Ignores melee resistance. I think for that reason, it doesn't actually count as a melee attack. It's like extra damage effect afterwards, but it doesn't. The damage doesn't increase as he levels because it's not affected by the melee damage increase multiplier. But because it's ignoring melee resistance, it's still pretty amazing. I wonder if they can fix that or adjust that. I think it's kind of hard coded that way. It's impossible to have a melee attack that's not affected by melee resistance, I guess. So they had to work around it, Relic. It's like an on-hit effect instead. What is this? Just some stuff capping. I thought they'd go for the power, but I guess not. These guys are really far forward. They're going for a power bash. Might have been ill-advised. Chaos Lord is there though with Lightning Claws. 100 power melee DPS. There's a lot of stuff there to shoot him though, and he's a big old fella to shoot at. Terminator Librarian on the field for Redacted. In fact, Purifiers are up here for the Chou Royal. keep wanting to say the Chou Royale, but there's no E on the end there. That's a good Blight Grenade throw from Death from Below. Didn't come from below though. What's going on? More stinky stuff. How did this happen? Oh, it was the Daemonhunter's mines here being spotted by this heretic aspiring champion guy, precariously shooting at it. Is that how much DPS they do with those? Do they do any damage with those guns they have? Why do they even have them? Scouts up from the south, looking to chuck a grenade, I guess. I guess they don't have their elite training, or they'd be sneaky here, I imagine. What's going on here? Power bash. Purifiers have their Justicar, I imagine. Yep, he's got that heavy melee hammer. Chaos Lord will do a good job against them though. Blight Grenade that time misses. The Blight Grenade throws have been pretty good though so far. Let the galaxy burn. It's burning. In that particular area of the galaxy it's burning. 272 to 430. 1-to-1 cap. Blue team seem a little bit more fluid than the red team at the moment. Chaos Lord using that speed bonus. Those stormtroopers were they sent to death on purpose? That was a very strange loss from Redacted. Decent grenade. Set off some of those mines as well. Really good grenade. Mines have been taken out now. I don't know how they spotted them. Maybe it's still revealed from when the heretics ran past. Oh, dropped a model. Dropped 2 models really fast. Kraken bolts, double Kraken bolts and double plasma guns. That'll do it. That's so much damage. Hellion with a Chaos Predator on the way. More Noise Marine noise from the Blastmaster fellas here. What's he up to? Oh, he's got Retribution. It's so good. From the Force Rod. Silences this stuff, which locks the heretics in worship. Because ending your worship counts as like an ability. Oh, but then he dies immediately. Terminator Librarian coming in. Gonna throw up that Sanctuary just to be annoying, I guess. Really good starting ability for that guy. Plague Champion hits level 2. Gonna help Cap and discuss strategy. No. You smell, says the Sorcerer. Get out of here. Shotgun blast. Assault Squad have found the Blastmaster Noise Marine. CSM wading in with some damage, but it's not enough to deter them. Here come heretics. Do the Blastmaster Noise Marines have melee resistance? Well, they're dead. So they don't have much. And now they can run. Took a big shot from the tank, but they should be okay. They might drop one though if it chases. Still haven't dropped one. This is Hellions. You do get a big damage reduction to ranged damage if you're retreating, of course. But I thought it would be enough to get something. But there's the Chaos Lord to get a couple with his claws, with his big old claws. What level is he? Level 3. Vindicare Assassin on the field for the Chou Royale. And Tier 3 for Nurland. Nope, cancels Tier 3, gets Devastators instead. 254 to 416. Power bashing going on. Red team cleaning up down here. What is that? Oh, it's a Vindicare shooting. There's the 2-to-1. Building up a bit of a VP lead. Mines chucked out. These are the Empyrean brain mines that mess up. They latch onto your brain and mess it up or something, I think. But he's died. He's died, so I can't click on him anymore and see his stuff. Oh, Blastmaster destroys the rock. Terminator Librarian is level 1. This guy does start with Smite, right? He starts with Smite and Sanctuary, I think. We've got power being stolen by some Chaos fellas, and power being bashed by some Chaos fellas, although those guys died pretty fast. Oh, here we see the double Kraken Bolts, double Plasma again. Not even Marco Zinc CSM can stand up to that burst damage when Kraken Bolts is in. I don't think they can trade with that very well. They've got to try to move away when Kraken Bolts is activated and wait it out, I think. Just so much upfront damage if those plasma shots hit, that is, because I don't think plasma guns are super accurate in this game. I might just be thinking of Last Stand though, where I think they had 50% accuracy in that. Maybe it's not the same for multiplayer. I mean, 50% accuracy seems really low against a standard size target, but maybe it is. Vortimer Razorback for Redacted. Daemonhunter, here we see the mines. Damage and cripple enemies. I think it does damage over time. It slows it down. And Banishing Cloak, which is a good anti-vehicle debuff, I believe. Is that what I'm thinking of? Yep, Rites of Exorcism, which cripples and weakens enemy vehicles. I think they take more damage and they're slowed down or something. Double Blood Crushers up from Death from Below. One of them's going to die. Or go back to the warp, or whatever happens to demons, I don't know. Level 3 Daemonhunter with no war gear for Lettre Royale. 234 to 391. Blood letters now for Death from Below. Just getting a bit of everything. His teammates are in tier 3, and Nurland does go tier 3 now after getting the Devastators up with a las cannon. Trying to hunt these tanks down, I guess. Not resting on his laurels in the south. Scouts are going to repair the node. Vortimer Razorback, fast attack vehicle with the Hunter Killer missile upgrade. The Psy Cannon on the back there will be doing the bulk of the work. Good damage to all targets. But the missile has really nice burst damage, especially if you can hit a vehicle that's moving away on rear armor with it. Going for the power is Nurland, I think. See what the double taps can do. There's that Kraken bolts again. Look at the damage. They've all focused on one model there, I think, because it was the closest one. That's nasty. Blastmaster, though, is going to be a good hit. Beautiful hit. Not quite enough to get a model off them. No, they're level 3 fellas over here, are they? Level 2 and level 3, I think. 210 to 391. Marco Zink's on the way for that Predator. This one is in its default state, but it's still a tank. Needs to keep it moving, though, I think. So when they get caught out, las cannon is there. Gets a shot. As soon as you see Assault Squad jump near you, I think you should back away if you're OD. They could throw the melter bomb on you, and then it leads to a bunch of other bad stuff happening to you. Level 4 Chaos Lord is backing away. Not sure what he's up to. There you go. And the Galaxy Burn doesn't knock over the las cannon, but nothing much here for it to shoot at the moment anyway. Blastmaster shoots at the wrong thing. 210 to 379, and the blue team break out. Red team have taken that power back, by the way. Blue team have the VP though. More mines chucked out by the Daemonhunter. It's hunting demons in specific areas on the ground. Oh, it messes up vehicles as well. It cripples vehicles. Okay. Vindicare switching to turbo penetrator rounds to shoot the vehicle, but then runs into a pissed off Plague Champion, who in turn runs into a demon hunting Daemonhunter with some retribution there. Another Vortimer Razorback up, and we hear the ramblings of the Great Unclean One. There he is. Greater Demon for Chaos, a super unit. Passively damages nearby enemies and he's pretty damn good in melee combat. Has some nasty abilities too. Those raptors got destroyed. Chaos Terminators now for Hellion. Got a strong tier 3 army here, Hellion. And he can support the Great Unclean One quite well with the Sorcerer. Has Sigil of the... Whoa. Okay, not quite so tough. What was that? Was that Rites of Exorcism with the Hunter Killer missile or something? I wasn't even watching. I was looking at the rosters and the thing just died. It blew up. Some repairs there. Oh, Pestilent Strike up for the Plague Champion now. Should have used it to get the cap though, maybe. I'm not sure why it was done over there. I guess that's where stuff was at that point. But the Plague Champion's going to die. Oh no, gets away. Like a reverse Curse of Indrid there. Blessing of Indrid. Foul Snare. Great Unclean One able to finish off the Vindicare here. One hit might do it. It did. And we get the sync kill and everything. Chucks him that way. Because why not? Sorcerer on capping duty now. Blood Crusher is still around for Death from Below. Now getting some Plague Marines in tier 2. KS have a pretty damn good tier 2 with Bloodletters and Plague Marines. 210 to 313. Blood Crusher doing some work here. Nurland couldn't quite get a full bash, got a gen and a node, I guess. Oh, Apothecary is stuck here. be alright, I think. Yep. Double Vortimers and a tank, though, for that Blood Crusher to contend with. It's only got 600 hit points. Double Hunter Killers, and it's like half of its health gone. More than that. Because each CSM just kind of looking at that column there. I won't say they're cowering in the corner, because they won't like that, will they? Blue team need to get their power back. They have a double. Chaos have not capitulated. It does sometimes seem to be the case that Chaos can capitulate if they transition to tier 3 poorly. They seem to have done okay. Death from Below has avoided that problem by not transitioning to tier 3 at all. It's got triple Plague Marines up, and why not? It's going to be a massive pain in the arse, that. Marcos Inch, no. Regular CSM, unfavoured by one of the gods, are just running away. Got their power back there. It's a tricky map for vehicles, and we have triple Vortimers for Redacted. 210 to 233. Vanguard Veterans jumping back. Some repairs. Chaos Lord looking menacing. He's got the Icon of Khorne now. Sorcerer got. Still the Sigil of the Rift. Another Vindicare here for Le Chou Royal. Do you have any war gear yet? Oh, they got the Force Rod as well. Double Force Rod. Then they have Armor of Damnation for Rift Tear, turning into the Tempest. Foul Snare on the Apothecary is a good shot. Can they kill him? Is he dead? Not dead yet. Got away. Plague Champion leads the line. Then we're going to see Burn hits quite well. Plague Champion gets knocked over and destroyed. Not last long leading the line there. There's some Nurgle Vomit. Almost took out the Vortimer. It's a big push here. Can that Vortimer get away? Slowed down by something. Not sure what it was slowed down by. Maybe a Plague Marine missile or something. Gets away. Did get away. Big line of vehicles back there. Land Raider Phobos on the field. Who's that? That's great Googily Moogily with the Land Raider Phobos. Here's the triple Plague Marines. Plague Champion's back to his feet. Fighting some Grey Knights Terminators here. Where's the Dirge Caster? There it is. There's your Dirge Caster. Great Unclean One soaking up tons of damage. But the red team are pushing, and look at that, they've turned the corner. Remember how I said Chaos can capitulate sometimes? I mean, they do have a decent army still. They have good rosters. They can turn this back around. And they got one of the Vortimers. The other one is very low, but another one has hit the field. They need to push with this Phobos a bit, I think. That gives them a chunky hit points. Kind of push alongside. What is the Apothecary doing? Full auto on the Plague Marines? No. Just came to shoot some stuff and then died. Attacks. That must have been the old order that Nurland gave. Trying to chase down the Predator. Can they break out? They've broken through to the northeast, but can they get back to the south? What is this? So it's a Predator tank hanging out there. Uh-oh. Chaos Terminators were there to finish it off, but I don't think it ever needed. Good chase from Great Googily Moogily. It was a good chase. Is the Phobos getting repairs? It is. Who's this? Heretics hanging out. Need to get on that southwestern VP. They're on the natural, though. All the Vortimers are going to fall, I think. Maybe? There's some more Retribution. And there is a Noxious Cloud by Death from Below. Let's imagine it came from below. The ground just started stinking really bad. What is this? Who's doing it? Oh, it's Terminators, that's right. Interceptors are going to fight them. They're probably going to teleport away when they finish this. Oh, they're getting walked out by Hellion. Nicely done. Oh, they walked to there. I guess now they have their teleport still available. And that guy's trying to take the power. Didn't quite work out. And blue team are on the VP. They've recovered from that pressure by killing lots of Vortimer Razorbacks. Or was it only 2 that they killed? Well, he's still got 3 on the field. Players seem to get loads of Vortimer Razorbacks when they get them. They're kind of temptingly cheap, aren't they? I don't think they even cost 100 power, do they? Here comes a Land Raider Crusader. CSM getting jumped. Vanguard Veterans level 2. Chewing up the power fist to try and put pressure on these vehicles. But here comes Michael Zinch, bolter fire. Those Inferno bolts are nasty. Apothecary levels up while he lies there, twitching. I don't think the Predator tank wants to come over it. Lots of Zinchian las cannony stuff going on. Some mines. Trying to hold this pass here. Typically you see the action focused on VPs late game. I'd expect it to be a little bit more focused on VPs, but those guys are holding that area. I guess tanks aren't the best thing to bring up here. So if they can cover that approach, that's pretty good. Chaos Terminator's in trouble. Hellion's Sorcerer is not in a good place to walk them out. They're going to die here. Do they have any support? I have a little bit of support. It's not going to be enough. Purifiers are tearing through them. And Grey Knight Terminator is there as well with their silencers doing some work. Heretics are just pissed off at the moment. Doom blasting. Did he get a model? I don't think he did. Meanwhile, Great Unclean One's healed up. Tank on tank action. Oh, and triple Plague Marines, getting it done. Hold on, fellas. What's this? Counter push from the red team. Bad place for the Plague Champion to be. What was he trying to do? Looked like he was trying to chuck a grenade on the Vortimer Razorbacks or something. Chaos Pred goes down there. I think that was a Chaos Pred. Yeah, must have been. Oh, there's those buffs that I can never remember. Psychic Fortress, I think that is. Or is that Light of the Emperor? Word of the Emperor. Increasing speed in radius 15 and reduces their damage by 40%. Okay. By 2.5, so it makes them move faster, but they deal less damage. I guess it's good for some situations. Like a fleet, it's like an AoE fleet of foot, I suppose. Maybe that was the effect we saw on those Terminators. Don't think I've ever seen that being used before. The Blessed Icon. I can't remember seeing it before. Terminator Librarian number 3, I think this is, for Le True Royal. Between the two players, at least. They both had one before. Heretics getting a decal, that's a big deal from those fellas. Here's the Land Raider Crusader. Not fantastic anti-vehicle, it does have a multi-motor on top. The Phobos should be able to do some decent damage, and there's those Plague Marines. Look at Death from Below. 5 Plague Marine squads on the field, I love it. What is this vehicle? Oh, it's the Great Unclean One. What's he doing? There's nothing there. The power didn't take any damage. Plague Marines on capping duty. Daemonhunter there twitching. Oh, just got repurchased. Or was it Larriman's? No, I think it was repurchased. 132 to 120. Terminators for Nurland. Here comes that Plague Champion. Do they have Armor of Pestilence? No. That's why they're dying so fast. So you need Armor of Pestilence to make this guy tanky. Does have the Mucus Discharge now though, so that'll help. 132 to 109. Noxious Cloud coming in. Was that a... No, that wasn't Pestilence, right? That was just a special attack, I think. These Terminators aren't moving. I guess they're nice and healthy for now. They're getting the Assault Cannon. I thought maybe they were stuck or something. Vanguard Veterans mixing it up with the Plague Marines. Plague Marines explode on death. That knockback and a heal and damage. It doesn't heal other Plague Marines though. I thought it didn't heal other Plague Marines in the same squad, but I don't think it heals any other Plague Marines. I think 108 to 108 is tied up, but there's a single for red. Retribution going off. Vanguard just clearing out these Plague Marines. Get some chosen Plague Marines, buddy. They'd help you out here. We've got some Chaos Terminators doing some work. Lightning Claws are in. Demoralizing stuff. Tearing it limb from limb. I mean, it's pretty demoralizing. Level 7 Chaos Lord is always kind of a beast now with the Icon of Khorne. 1.5 health, 1.5% health per hit landed. Look at this though. Ordo Malleus Armored Division showed up. Phobos was taken out. Another tank goes down as well. Great Unclean One trying to do some work. 61 to 108. There's another Chaos Predator, this time with the Mark of Corn. It's outnumbered and outgunned. Down it goes. He's trying to use Pestilent Strike to save the tank there, I think, the Plague Champion. Nice idea. Didn't quite work out. Get some anti-vehicle that's not a vehicle, fellas. I mean, 4 Plague Marines might do it. But oh no, there's Retribution. And there's an Orbital. Uh-oh. They don't move very fast, do they? They need to retreat. Those guys might wipe. Yeah, those guys are going to wipe. Still 3 Plague Marine squads though. And one of the Vortimers is really low. Almost called it a Mortimer. Having to run. Stormtroopers being cheeky. They shouldn't have been pushed forward. They should have stayed back and repaired, surely. Maybe that was a misclick or something from Redacted. GG says death from below. Unable to utilize the triple Plague Marines. I mean, it's just so much stuff. I mean, they're still pretty low though, aren't they? Last Cannon's getting shots. Maybe he could warp it in. No, it doesn't seem like they're going to do it. Look at this though. Chaos Lord with a decent kill a week now needs to run. There's that Retribution again. Damage and knockback and silence. It's so good. Level 6 Daemonhunter here for Chou Royal. Level 7 for Redacted. I think the red team have it. The Vortimers actually did really well in the mid. One of them was level 3, one was level 4. 2 level 3 actually. Really good. The Crusader made a difference. I didn't think it would. But it really helped them push against that Phobos and stuff. Because the Phobos was doing well. Purifiers on the field now for Chou Royal. More of them. These guys are level 4. 28, 61 hit points on those guys. Down to 17 VPs, 15 VPs. Plague Champion's here. Suppressing stuff with his fetid armor. And his unholy stench. And it suppresses stuff for ages because it persists around the Plague Champion. Or is it? I think it's the area that he does it in. Rather than like sticking to him. But they've run out of VPs now. There's a GG from Chou Royal. Double cap at the end. And red team take it. What an awesome game. Let's look at his heroes. Level 6 Sorcerer. Level 7 Chaos Lord. Level 5 Plague Champion. The topsy-turvy game. Death from below. Level 7 Daemonhunter for Redacted. Level 6 for Chou Royal. And a level 7 Apothecary. Almost a faction war. Was a pretty awesome back and forth. There's some good plays. And some crazy fights. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.